kids? We just finished watching the mid-season finale of The Walking Dead.
Season 3.
I have to say, I'm really enjoying this first half so far. The story seems to be moving.
Right.
Where the second season, we spent so much time looking for that little girl.
Sophia! Sophia! Sophia!
I knew she was a zombie.
Right?
By episode 2 of Looking For.
Yeah, I mean, she's a little girl in a zombie apocalypse with no weapons training of any kind, I'm sure, which I don't expect her to have any.
No.
So, you know she's dead.
So, what do you think with the mid-season finale? First, let's give our non-spoiler feelings about season 3 so far, and then once we move past this, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't watched the season finale yet, you need to just come back and watch this after you do.
Yes. So far, season 3 is incredible. It's everything that I wanted season 2 to be. You got plenty of zombie killing. You got a lot of the main characters. I don't say names. A lot of the main characters die. I'm just going to say it. And I love it because that's how it is in the comic books. And it doesn't have to be just like the comic books. I'm not that kind of a stickler.
It kind of reminds me, in a good way, of how the first 2 seasons of Lost went, where you just didn't know who was going to get picked off next.
True.
It's refreshing to see a TV show do that.
Yep.
Where if, someone gets in a pickle, they legitimately could be gone.
Right.
So, from here on out, we're going to talk about specifics. So, if you haven't watched the end, you should just watch the end and then come back and watch our video afterwards.
T-Dog's dead!
Who's good with melee weapons?
That's true.
It's nice to have.
That's
You got to
true.
have someone good with melee weapons in the Zombocalypse.
I did like how he went out. He didn't go down crying and screaming. He went down knowing he was going down and for a reason. And I appreciate that about him.
Sacrifice himself for the group.
Yep. It made me like him. Actually, his death made me respect him more than him staying alive. So it was. I guess it's a good thing.
Let's talk about the most satisfying, I think, for both of us moment in the entire first half of the 3rd season, and that was Lauries' demise.
I just can't stop smiling enough because she was one of the worst, most annoying characters on the show. She was so wishy-washy.
Yes.
Just, okay, Shane is going to try to kill you, so I think you should take care of that. Okay. Rick goes and takes care of the situation. Hey, Laurie, I took care of what you told me to take care of. Yep. What? You killed him? You did what I said? It's like, yeah, lady.
Exactly. And I never thought I'd be so happy to see a fictional character die. If the purpose of her character was to be frustrating, she did a phenomenal job.
That's true. She pulled it off flawlessly.
She made me frustrated for 2.5 seasons of TV.
Yeah.
Newfound respect for Glenn.
That guy. Last week's episode.
Right, last week when he tied to the chair, busts out of the chair.
Yep.
Kills the zombie.
That was amazing.
And then Carl is really...
He's really,
coming along.
He's really stepping it up. First couple seasons, honestly, he was in the same boat as Laurie. Like, if both of these characters are gone, that will be better for Rick and everyone. Well, I like that they're going a little bit in the way of where the comics take Carl. In the comics, Carl is he is tearing it up, and he is amazing. And I like that they're taking this Carl in that direction.
Right.
And Rick is actually going in the direction of the comics. Now, I know you haven't read them yet.
Right. No, I haven't.
And I don't know if you will. I highly recommend them.
Okay. Maybe when the show's done, I'll pick them up.
Yeah. And that's one thing, comics and TV show. I like that they're not going the exact same direction. Like, I've read all the comics up until, I don't know what. I haven't read the last couple, but up until, like, comic 100, 101, something like that. And there's some of the things are the same, but they're keeping it different enough. They're keeping the TV show different enough to keep me interested, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know where things are going to go, and I like that. I don't want to know what's going to happen next.
Right. So, what are your expectations for the second half of season 3?
All right, so at the end of this episode, you got Daryl and Merle, 2 of the best names ever, and of course they're brothers. My other brother, Daryl. They're at the end, they're in the screaming pits with the governor and Angela and everybody saying, kill him. That's going to be crazy. I don't know what's going to happen. That's my prediction. I have no idea.
I think they'll both get out because I think they kind of alluded to it in the next season preview that they play right after the episode.
True.
You heard Glenn go, "What is he doing here?"
That's true. And there was smoke, so maybe somebody's going to pop some smoke bombs.
Well, I'm definitely hoping that the new group that just came in.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Tyrese.
Tyrese
Yeah.
and his friends.
Yep.
I hope they get integrated into the main group.
Yeah, I have a feeling they will, and again, that's from the comic book part of it. Is Tyrese was in the comic books, and he was amazing in the comic books. Mm-hmm. So I believe that he will be integrated into the group. How soon, we don't know. He could be locked. Carl could leave him locked in the cell or in that little section of the prison for a long time before they actually get integrated. But I think he's going to do some good stuff in the next half of season 3.
I hope they finally come to their senses and allow the katana-wielding Shawn into their ranks because she seems like she'd be valuable to have around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's amazing.
She's crazy with that thing.
And she's crazy.